Welcome YouTube, I am Cannibal Red and this is episode number 2 of our Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate Let's Play. So, in case you missed the last one, you should go check it out. We found out that we are trying to be a hunter. We ended up at the port town of Val Harbor, which is not actually a port by the ocean, it's actually surrounded by a sea of sand. So, it's a town in the middle of the desert, but it looks pretty nice. We met this guy, the Caravaneer, who let us join his caravan, so we are now officially part of that. And he gave us our first mission, which is to cook up some meat. So we need to go ahead and do that, but first, let's take a look around town and kind of chat it up with everyone. Also, someone did point out to me that I misspelled my own character's name in the last video, so that has been remedied. We are now called Cannibal, Cannibal. I'm sorry, I messed that up. Alright, the Val Harbor Armorer. Bam! Suit up! Ah, sorry, I tend to shout that whenever I see a customer. I sell a variety of weapons and armor. I'm your defense depot. Your offense phorium. You need materials to use the smithy, but I let you buy what you need with good old-fashioned cashola. Bam! Money talk. Sorry, I did it again, didn't I? Anyway, I suppose my shop doesn't need a lot of explaining, does it? Go ahead and take a look around. Anyway, bam! Suit up! So this guy sells us weapons. We're not going to buy anything from him uh, right now because we actually have a bunch of free ones in our little box at the beginning of the game. But this is the weapon we will be using. Let me see if I can figure out how to zoom in on it. I don't know if there's a button to do that. There we go. This is actually the weapon we're going to be using. It's a switch axe. I'll go over the weapons a little bit more in a minute, though. But he sells weapons and armor. We really won't use him that much. Let's talk to this guy next. The Man. So this is the Man. He was mentioned earlier by the Caravaneer. Apparently he doesn't have a name. It's just the Man.
You must be the brave one that was on the ship. I heard about your feats from the caravan. You and I are old friends. Me, I'm the smithy. I forge weapons and armor from monster materials.
I feel like maybe he should be Mr. T.
Materials are no use to, to you on their own, but bring 'em back to me, and I'll put a hammer to 'em. For a price, of course, you fool. Well, if you want to know more, check the help menu. Blah, blah, blah. Now, shall we?
Yeah. Alright, Mr. T. Forging my armor. We've got... Oh no. Instructions down below. Alright. So this dude is where we will upgrade all our weapons and stuff, or craft entirely new ones. You get to see exactly what kind of items you're going to need to build it. We can take a look at the items like this to see what they will look like eventually. It's the bone axe that I already said we got a free one. Here's another axe that we can make if we had enough parts, but we don't have the required material. He also can forge and upgrade armor for you. We don't have any material for that either, but your character doesn't have a level in this game, so your stats are entirely based off your equipment, which means unless you want to be getting one-shotted, you need to be upgrading your equipment as often as possible. You can also upgrade your Palico's weapons and items to make them do more damage and have all that good stuff. So, Mr. T over there, let's go ahead and, well, I don't want to talk to her yet because she's the mission chick. Let's go over here. The street cook.
Yeah. Welcome to the open air kitchen. You hungry? Then you came to the right place. Ah, you are the hunter that drove off the Darren Morin, wearing just your underwear.
Yep, that's true.
Ha, I knew it. You are so strong. I'm the street cook, this kitchen's owner. Eat here, and you'll get big bonuses.
So basically, if you eat before a mission, you'll have increased health, increased stamina, and depending on the combination of food you eat, it can boost your stats differently, like adding extra defenses and stuff during your mission.
So be sure to eat before every hunt. It's common sense. Yeah. You don't know how to order? Listen, I'll teach you. Step 1, sit at the table. Step 2, choose the ingredients. Step 3, wait for me to cook it. I'll make you a meal with a great taste every time, but you can only eat once before every hunt. It's bad to eat too much. Yeah. Well, if you don't understand anything, check the help menu. Here, I'll give you this as a friendship token. Use it anytime.
So it gave me a voucher for a free meal, which is pretty cool. This dude over here, I don't think he's got anything important to say. I think he's just going to talk to me about street passes. Yeah, so he's not really important. We're gonna skip that because that's like online play and stuff like that. That's really not pertinent to us right now. All right, let's talk to the guild chickie. All right, the guild marm. Hi there, can I help you? What's that? You're a hunter and you want to join the caravan? Hang on now. Did the boss mention a new hunter? I guess I could go check with him, but that would be awkward, so. Yes, I've been expecting you. Welcome to the quest counter. I'm sure we'll get to know each other very well, so let's get down to business. Doodle, can I call you Doodle? Sure. At the moment, I'm afraid we can only offer you one-star caravan quests. If you make the grade, though, you can start shoveling. I can start shoveling out some real quests your way. Fun times. Now, let's get right down to those. Challenge one-star quests. And we have the steak mission that guy gave us. This is the gate we'll use to leave. Happy grilling, nom nom nom. Okay, here are the quests. And let's go ahead and grab our steak quests. So, we see subquest none, so there's nothing extra to do. All we have to do is deliver one well-done steak or a rare steak. I'm gonna actually grab. Oh, I can't leave now. We have to go do the mission now. I'm not gonna eat first. There's really not any kind of combat evolved in this mission besides killing an animal to get some meat. But it'll give us an okay introduction into it and this cool little cutscene as we find out what kind of areas we're gonna be exploring. So, looks like we're in like a mountainous area. It's got these really cool um, red stone kind of mountains and interesting designs. This game is so beautiful. Like it really is. Not just the monsters, but the whole area is super exciting. The Caravaneer.
I admire your enthusiasm for my Stake Your Ground quest, Hunter. I hope you're ready to cook me up some tasty meat. Do your best.
Quiet down, you two. It's my job to help explain challenge number one. How challenge number one is going to work. Listen up, Doodle. Your objective here is to deliver a rare steak. Okay, so the same stuff that we've already heard. At the beginning of every mission, you want to check this blue box. It's got mission items that are absolutely free. You don't have to pay for them. There was potions, rations, and mini whetstones, and then the portable spit, which is specific to this mission that's going to allow us to cook. So that's why we're kind of skipping, which she said. Basically, you'll almost always get those three main items of potions, rations, and whetstones.
Ah, Aptonoth. Oh, don't worry, Hunter. They're timid and quite harmless.
So that's these dudes. And this is like a really, really signature monster for the franchise. Pretty much anyone that has played these games sees these. They're the basic herbivores. They don't fight you on sight. They just kind of chill and you kill them and eat their meat. That's kind of all they're there for. But they are given this little scene to introduce the monsters, which is really nice. Every time you meet a kind of new significant monster or go to a new area, you'll get these little scenes, which are nice. Apparently, I spooked them.
The Aptonoth run away. After him, Hunter. If you hold down the R button, you move faster.
Cool. Now, as I was talking about those items, so the potions obviously heal our health, which is the top bar, the green bar. Rations will heal the yellow bar, which you see going down when I run or roll. And then the mini whetstones will actually help increase our weapon sharpness because the more you use your weapon, the duller it becomes.
There, Aptonoth. Well, it seems a good time as any to teach you how to attack.
You attack with X and A in case you were wondering or if you're playing the game along with me. Um, Not much to it. You basically got to kill these guys and loot their bodies. I think we'll start with the biggest one that seems about right. Ooh, look at all that bodily fluid.
Har har, that's the spirit.
So we're going to be slicing at him.
All right, you good hunter. Then put your sword away because it's time to learn how to cook.
Or how to carve, actually. So after you kill an animal, in order to receive items from their body, you loot them by carving. But I want to kill all these guys because they're obviously trying to kill me because they didn't like the fact that I killed Mama. So, I put our weapon away. We're going to crouch. You don't have to crouch, but you actually, you carve items off uh, dead bodies faster if you're already in the crouching position. It's a fact. So that's why we're doing that.
Well, would you look at that raw meat? Fire up the portable spit and let's get cooking already.
All right. Well, he's telling us how to do it, but I already kind of know. So let's just skip that and keep carving this meat from their bodies. We'll actually just carve all of them. There's not really a reason not to. Two raw meats. I think I think that's enough. Well, you know what? In case I mess up, I'll grab more. So we got a Monster Bone S, which is a kind of different item, used for crafting kind of low-level weapons and stuff like that. The bodies disappear pretty quickly. They disappear almost immediately after you finish carving them, but they'll disappear even if you don't carve the items, so you want to get over there pretty quickly, which is why that crouch carving that I mentioned earlier is important. Now, let's actually use our portable spit and see if we can cook some of this meat. So you have to just time this perfectly. And I made a rare steak. Well, I didn't time that perfectly at all. Now that's a nicely cooked steak. All that's left is to head back to the base. Well, he will take a rare steak, but I think I want to make a well done one just to get a little bit more money from the mission. Be that completionist. There we go. Well done steak. Boom, baby. So we got both of what he wanted. Here are some more of these guys. See, they're non-aggressive. They really don't care if you're there or not. They just ran in the first scene so that you would go to a different area. But once you have your item that is requested by the mission, and we know that they wanted this item because we can look at the quest info anytime and see main objectives, he'll take a rare steak or a well done. We have both, so we have nothing to fear. Hey Doodle, you see that red box by the tent? It's the delivery box. Just approach the delivery box and press the A button. Alright. So, the blue box is where you get items at the beginning of the mission. This red box is where you will deposit items that were required for the mission. We'll deposit the well done steak because it is a better item, and I'm pretty sure we'll get a bit better return for it. And we'll chill here. So this is like the campsite. There's always going to be a campsite that's got your red box, your blue box, and a bed. The bed can heal you if you're ever damaged. It's also where you're going to appear if you ever die during a mission. I think you've got like it's like 3 strikes and you're out. So if you die 3 times, you'll fail the mission. But you can die 2 and you'll just kind of spawn back in this area. But that was a pretty simple mission. Made that guy steaks. We're gonna send. Well, we're actually gonna receive that item and take some whetstones. Send some of these to the box and sell the rest. There we go. So that is actually the first mission completed. Let's see what everyone has to say about this. I love the little loading screens with like the cute little stuff. Talk to the Caravaneer about it.
So, you got me my well done steak? I'll even take a rare one. Moo hooey! That meat looks beastly. Num num num. Hot dang, it is beastly. Looks like you just passed challenge number 1 with fly and gravy. Time for challenge number 2. Let's see. You know, I banged myself up a bit back there on the ferry, so let's try this. Bring me a potion. You can make mega potions by combining potions and honey. The guild marm will point you in the right direction, just like last time. Be careful though, if you keep feeling, if you get a keen feeling, you'll be bumping into some carnivores.
Alright, so tells us we're actually gonna fight some monsters on this mission, maybe. I think here's what we're gonna do though. We're gonna end up getting a lot of fetch quests for the next few minutes. What we're actually gonna do is skip ahead. I'm gonna complete all of these fetch quests because it takes about 45 minutes to do all of them, honestly, and that would be a ginormous waste of your time. So just expect me, or actually right now, we're just gonna switch to the first big kind of quest that we're gonna do. Alright guys, so here we are again. I just did a bunch of fetch quests, but we're finally at a point where I can actually fight some real monsters. I did notice, however, that there is a person in town that I did not talk to earlier, so let's go introduce ourselves to this dude over here, the Val Harbor Merchant. Is it a boy or a girl? I think it's a girl. Step right up, step right up. You there, you're new to Val Harbor, aren't you? I'm just I'm doing that voice because of her arm movements. You see that big, beautiful ship back there? Well, that's the gathering hall. I never get tired of looking at it. Merchants like me never plant our feet in one place too long. We drift along wherever the gathering hall takes us. If the hall moves, then so does Val Harbor. We're like a caravan of caravans, a hunter's paradise. And speaking of paradise, have I got a big selection of items for you? Stop by before every quest. I never knew. Or, I'm sorry, you never know what I'll get in stock now. Heck, I don't even know. The world is full of possibilities, huh? Alright. So, looks like she just sells really simple stuff like herbs and that kind of junk. So, not super important right now. Um, what I do. Actually, does she have a quest? She has a quest. Sigh, what a letdown. Sigh, say it out loud. The hunter on the flyer was a real looker with eyebrows thick enough to beat a monster with. Oh my goodness. And now they're telling me it's supposed to be a picture of you? No offense, but I don't think you fit the bill. Well, at least you're easy to talk to. I can get right to the point. I need a hunter to deliver some fresh sushi fish. So, another mission that we probably won't have you watch. I don't want to waste your time with that kind of stuff, guys, because those missions realistically they take like 10 minutes each. I want these videos to be only like 30-minute videos, so we just have to skip that kind of junk. This is my cat over here, Bilbo, and we can recruit him from this little menu right here. After it kind of takes me through some tutorials, so we just click deploy. He was resting, now he's deployed, and now he's going to help us in battle. Well, what I really wanted to show you was this, the manage equipment. So we actually have a one type of every weapon uh, in the game, right here, given to us at the beginning of the game. I'll go through the basics really quick. Um, there's a ton of different types of weapons and stuff. So we've got great swords right here, which are really slow but do a lot of damage. We've got katanas, which have a really wide range and they focus on getting combos. The hunter's knife is what we have, the sword and shield. You can block, you can roll, you're really fast, but you don't do a whole lot of damage. Dual swords is just really fast amounts of damage, so it's a DPS type weapon. The hammer is huge, slow, but does massive amounts of damage. There's also a differentiation between cutting damage and smashing damage or blunt damage in this game. So I guess the hammer is kind of like the blunt equivalent of the great sword, but realistically the battle style is really different between those two weapons. Then you've got the hunting horn, which is for like boosting stats. We're definitely not going to use that. The iron lance and gun lance, which have huge shields, you can block, but your mobility is extremely limited. Then we have the switch axe, which I already said we're going to use, so let's go ahead and equip that. It's basically a weapon that is a giant axe, but can turn into a giant sword. And I know that's really difficult to comprehend, but I'll show you when we get into a fight. Then we have the charge blade, which is another giant axe, and the insect glaive, which is used for mounting. And then some long-range weapons that I'm not even going to bother talking about because I suck so bad with them. But you can tell right now, that new thing on my back, that is a switch axe. It's all like folded up and crazy looking, but much more intimidating than the sword and shield we had on before. So let's get ready to go kick some butt on this mission we got. So let's talk to the guild bar. Doodle, you've heard of the Great Jaggy, haven't you? It's like the head honcho of the Jaggies. They say you're a real hunter once you can take one down with your pinky finger. But what do you think? You don't say. Yeah, I didn't say. Okay, here come the quests. So 2-star quests. These are the ones we did. We did unique mushrooms. We did that one. We've got the Kelby horns and stuff like that. So really all just grab and useless missions like that. What we're getting into now is Hunt a Celtis with a subquest of Break the Celtis's Horn. So first really big monster we're going to be fighting. Aw, such dedication. But I'm excited for it. I hope you are too. I also grabbed us some items which we can look at really quick. So in our item pouch we have potions, mega potions, which heal our health. Whetstones sharpen our weapon, and then some stuff like this, like rare meats and stuff like that to eat. Let's get into this junk. Whew. So the Celtis is a pretty interesting creature. I'm really excited for y'all to see it if you've never seen one before. The monsters in this game always just kind of shock me.
You working hard out there, Hunter? My my old men used to say there was no problem hard work couldn't solve. Damn it if that applies. I don't know if that applies to camera controls though.
Oh, it's another tutorial thing. Well, I know how to target enemies. I don't really need help with that. In target mode, blah blah blah. I've had enough.
Anyway, finish off that quest and make me proud, Kindred Hunter.
So I'm a kindred hunter now. He thinks I'm his bud. And let's get going. Grabbed our herbs and potions and mini whetstones that they give us for freezies. So we want to move over and automatically have the first aid medication available in case we take a heavy hit. Talking today, man. So what you have to do when you go into a mission to kill a monster is you have to go find the monster. Obviously. So I know where he is already. It's going to be right up this hill in the area after this next one. But you can see the environment here is kind of cool. It's really rocky. There's not a whole lot of foliage. But here's some monsters. That's a Jaggy. Let's go ahead and just kind of introduce our switch axe. You see it come out there. Huge weapon. I mean, that's intimidating, guys. You see that thing? Look at that. Boom. Let's smack this guy. We're missing because we're doing lunges. But sideswipe. And then we'll stab him. So these little guys are not important. They're really just here to annoy you. You'll find out in this game that all the little monsters don't really do much damage. They just like make you stumble when you go to fight bigger monsters. So this is sword mode. Like I said, we can switch. So axe mode, which is used for like lunging and defeating like really weak enemies that you know you don't have to worry about. And then you've got a sword mode, which looks a little bit like this, because this is it. And this one is where you're going to be doing a whole lot more damage, but you'll automatically see I have like 0 mobility. I'm really, really slow. My attacks are a whole lot slower, but the damage output is definitely increased. So what you want to do is you want to kind of like be able to switch between the two of them. To get combos off and maximize your damage. Also, when you're in axe mode, you deal damage and it like charges up your sword mode. So once you use axe mode for a little bit, you switch to sword mode and your sword mode's stronger. Alright, so we found the Celtis. Dodges, man. Oh, he doesn't look that bad, right? Actually, that's kind of intimidating. So he's a super annoying little booger because he flies, and we're on the ground. So we gotta climb up to him. Oh, snap. Took a hit right away. What a butt. See, and he's just kind of floating up there, so we have to patiently wait for him to come down like that. He's got projectile attacks, and while he does his attacks, that's when you really want to kind of swoop in. Whoop. So we can charge like that. Hitting enemies is not the easiest thing in this game. It really takes practice to be good. And like I said, I haven't picked this game up in a long time. So we're really just going to hope to roll, kind of dodge everything, and then get some good hits in when he's distracted like that. Ooh. Now our sword has 2 main combos, which is kind of like a wide sweeping attack like this, and then a really straightforward attack. Now, just like in real life, when you move your sword, your character moves too. You don't just get to like stand in one spot while you swing a giant weapon. It propels you forward a little bit. So with our wide swing attack, we move forward. But if we want to watch where we are, there are other attacks that help you keep your footing a little bit better. So Recognizing which combos are best is really important. This guy's fairly easy to dodge. I obviously have prior knowledge about his attack patterns, but we really just want to kind of like get up under him while he's doing an attack to give us uh, the opportunity to attack him. And he gets a big hit us on us right there. We really have to heal, so we're gonna pop this potion. Now, potions and all items, you are very vulnerable while you're using them. Oop, I rolled out of the area. You're vulnerable while we'll heal. While you're using these things, enemies can come up and smack you, and if you're trying to heal and you get hit, you know it can spell the end for you. All right, our target is up there now. Let's get up here, and he's too high up for us to hit. So you want to dodge those things? I got hit by one. That's why that little smoke. It means there's some kind of status effect on me. As you whittle down his health, his attacks will kind of change. At the beginning, he was only doing like one kind of rush attack, and now he switched to doing two in a row. So we can tell we've done damage to him by the way his attack patterns change, and by the way he acts. What I really want to do now is I want to knock him down, so that we can get heavy hits on him. But he ran away. So the monsters do run away. It's another way that you know that you're, dealing damage to him. But it also gives you time to kind of like sharpen your weapons and everything I just forgot to do. We're going to jump on this guy. Jump attacks do extra damage, and it gives you the opportunity to do this. So we've actually mounted him now. Yes, dude, you did it, Doodle. You totally mounted that monster. Did I even teach you about that? How about how to mount a monster by jumping attack and blah blah blah? Anyway, we are now on the monster. We've got to stab it, but it can thrash us out off if we don't do the right kind of combos. Fortunately, I managed to knock him down right away, and we want to pick a weak spot. Remember, the secondary objective was to break his head, so that's actually where we're going to aim, right on his head. But we didn't get to do much damage, so. He also did drop an item. That's what that shiny thing is that I'm going to pick up and get smacked. So knocking enemies down like that gives you opportunity to pick up new items. It gives you opportunities to hit certain parts of their body and stuff like that. I just sharpened my weapon, but you saw I took a hit from him while I was doing that because I wasn't paying attention to where he was. But these jump attacks definitely are beneficial. I got another mount on him, so let's knock this dude down. He's thrashing right away, so we need to hold on, let him finish up with that junk, and then stab him like this. Mounting isn't super hard, but it's a kind of interesting mechanic that is going to take some time to get used to. So it looks like we actually broke his horn and completed the subquest like that. You can see the kind of tip that was there is no longer there. So, see if we can get another jump attack. Yeah, and we took him out with the jump attack, which does extra damage, so that dude is down. Let's sheath our weapons and carve this sucker. Alright. And after you defeat a few of these guys, you'll get enough parts to build his armor or build certain weapons out of him. But he was a pretty cool monster, I think. Really interesting for a first boss. Let's look at him. See, that is a creepy looking face, man. Guy looks so scary. And then we do see, like I mentioned, the damage. See the big broken piece of his little, like, head horn thingy that he was stabbing us with the whole time. Also, my Calico just blew a horn. He healed me a little bit, so he was supporting me. It was a really fun match. And that's pretty much how the battling goes. Now, this monster is relatively small in comparison to the kind of things that are in this game, but Right now, they're kind of starting us out. This guy's like, twice our size. Pretty soon, the monsters are going to be like 100 times your size, 200 times your size, and you're going to cry when you see them. But we're going to send all these items to our box so we can look at them later and make items and stuff out of them. And sell that last one. Send these to the box. And we completed the mission plus the subquest, so we ended up making some money, which is always good. And Bilbo grew to level 3. He skipped level 2. And it actually rates our monsters, so this is the longest Celtis we've ever killed because it's the only one we've ever killed. 615 centimeters. I can't really tell you how big that is in real life because I'm in America and we use the imperial system because we're stupid. Whole world should be on metric, in my opinion. If you enjoy inches, that's your thing. I know it's a weird thing to have an opinion on, but America is literally the only country in the entire world that uses the imperial system. No one else does. Uh, and there's really no reason to. Ooh, look at this guy. See, that's a boss weapon, right? That's a single-handed sword. It looks like it's made out of a jaggy. It's got their kind of like orange and blue colors. But I think we're actually going to wrap up the episode right here. Let's see if the Caravaneer has anything to say after we defeated uh, that epic monster.
How are you holding up? The caravan cares with a capital C, so tell your friends. You look like you've made a few. What's that? You want to try your hand at some more toothsome quests? I might have known. Well, as it turns out, the guild just cleared you for an expedition. Congratulations. Is that a smile or a bewildered look? You do know that expeditions are, right? Or what they are? I'd better explain. The guild sometimes give hunters like you permission to go on expeditions into new areas to do field work. Naturally, they want you to report back with what monsters you bumped into or bumped off. Of course, since they're new areas, you don't get any supply items or guild assistance. You're on your own, so be sure to go in doubly prepared. But they say a predicament, predicament speaks 1,000 words. So why not take a crack at the expedition right now?
So he's given us an expedition, which seems like a harder type mission. I think we're going to end the episode right here for now. We got to take down our first big monster that we actually killed, because episode 1 with the Darnmarin really doesn't count. We'll talk to this dude over here with this cool sword in the next episode and go on that expedition. So that's what you've got to look forward to. If you liked this episode, if you enjoyed the content, leave a like, subscribe, and you can stay up to date on all the kinds of things that I'm bringing. Also, check out my Pokemon stuff. I'm going to upload things every Saturday, Sunday. That's my schedule for right now. So every Saturday, Sunday, you should have some Pokemon content and an episode of this Let's Play coming to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. If you have any kind of comments or you'd like to see something in this Let's Play, or maybe I skipped over something in the game and you want to know how something works, absolutely leave that in the comments section below and I will get back to you. I will answer those questions and make these videos what you guys want to see. Thank you so much. I appreciate you again and again and again. Y'all have a great day.